Calaroga Shark Media. Hello and welcome to Romance Weekly. This episode is titled Brewing Love, A Coffee Christmas Tale.
Every morning, like clockwork, Andrew would step into the bustling national coffee chain on the corner of Main Street. The place was always filled with people rushing to start their day, and the aroma of roasted coffee beans hung heavy in the air. He would stand in line, order his usual iced coffee with a shot of caramel, and exchange pleasantries with the baristas, whose names he never bothered to learn. The routine had become monotonous, and he couldn't help but feel like every day was blending into the next. As he sat at one of the small, impersonal tables, sipping his coffee and staring out the window at the stream of passers-by, he couldn't shake the sense that something was missing from his life. The days felt like a repetitive cycle, and he longed for a change, even if he didn't know what that change might be. One fateful day, as he was walking to his usual national coffee chain, he noticed something different. A quaint, locally owned coffee shop had opened up right across the street. The sign above the door read Everwood Brews, and the inviting aroma wafting from inside beckoned to him. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to give it a try. As he pushed open the door and stepped inside, he was greeted by a warm, cozy atmosphere that was a world apart from the corporate uniformity of the national chain. The walls were adorned with local art, and the shelves were lined with books from local authors. The baristas behind the counter smiled warmly, and as he ordered his usual iced coffee, he noticed that they knew their customers by name. As he settled into one of the comfortable armchairs by the window, sipping his coffee and feeling the sense of community that permeated the place, Andrew couldn't help but feel like he had stumbled upon something special. It was a small change, but it was a change that would alter the course of his life in ways he could never have imagined. Little did he know that this local coffee shop would become the backdrop for a love story that would fill his heart with warmth and joy, bringing a sense of purpose and excitement to his once mundane mornings. For Andrew, it was not just a place for caffeine. It was a place where he found himself falling in love with the iced coffee and with Marybeth, the barista with a radiant smile. Marybeth was a vision of warmth and charm, with a personality that radiated kindness and positivity. Her smile was like a ray of sunshine on even the cloudiest days, and her presence had a way of brightening the lives of those around her. She had expressive, sparkling eyes that shone with a genuine interest in people and the world. Her eyes seemed to twinkle with a hint of mischief when she engaged in playful banter, making every conversation with her feel like a delightful adventure. Her hair was a rich chestnut color, cascading down her back in loose waves. It had a natural, carefree quality that mirrored her free spirit. Marybeth often adorned her hair with small, festive accessories that reflected her love for the holidays. Marybeth had an air of creativity about her, which was evident in her sense of style. She had an eye for fashion and a penchant for combining classic pieces with unique, whimsical accessories. Her attire often featured vibrant colors and patterns, reflecting her vibrant personality. Her laughter was infectious, and she had a way of making even the simplest moments feel special. Whether it was sharing a cup of coffee or decorating a Christmas tree, Marybeth brought a sense of joy and wonder to everything she did. Every day, Andrew would walk into the coffee shop, and his heart would skip a beat when he saw Marybeth behind the counter. Her cheerful greetings and friendly banter made his mornings brighter, and he looked forward to their daily interactions. They shared jokes, talked about their favorite movies, and bonded over their mutual love for the town's quirky festivals. It was a crisp autumn morning in Everwood, and a gentle breeze rustled the colorful leaves on the trees that lined the town's streets. Andrew had never been particularly interested in books, but there was something he couldn't ignore, a longing to see Marybeth again. He had heard about the local book festival taking place, and the thought of Marybeth being there had been gnawing at his heart for days. With a mix of hope and nervous anticipation, Andrew decided to attend the book festival. He didn't know much about literature, but he was willing to step out of his comfort zone for the chance to see Marybeth smile once more. As he approached the festival grounds, he was surrounded by the lively chatter of book enthusiasts, the scent of freshly printed pages, and the colorful displays of various authors. Andrew felt a sense of unease, like a fish out of water, but he couldn't let that deter him. He wandered through the rows of tents, scanning the crowds in search of Marybeth. His heart raced with each passing moment, and he couldn't shake the feeling that he was on the brink of something important. And then, just as he was about to give up hope, he turned a corner and saw her, Marybeth. She was sitting at a small booth, surrounded by some handmade Christmas decorations and a stack of her favorite holiday books. Her eyes widened in surprise as she saw him. As they caught up on their lives and shared stories of their time apart, Andrew realized that coming to the book festival had been the right decision. It was a moment of serendipity, a chance encounter that felt like destiny. They spent the day filled with laughter, shared passions, and the warmth of each other's presence. But life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. One fateful day, Andrew walked into the coffee shop only to find it closed, a sign on the door announcing its permanent closure. The shock hit him like a cold gust of wind on a winter's day. The coffee shop had been his sanctuary, and Marybeth had become the muse of his thoughts. He tried to inquire about her whereabouts, but no one seemed to know where she had gone. Andrew felt as if a piece of his heart had been taken away, and he couldn't bear the thought of never seeing Marybeth again. He missed their fun banter, her bright smile, and the warmth of their daily encounters. Months passed, and Andrew's daily routine felt empty without the coffee shop and Marybeth's presence. He couldn't forget her, but it seemed like she had vanished from his life forever. Then, one snowy evening, as Andrew strolled through the town's bustling streets, he noticed a pop-up Christmas decoration store that had recently opened. The storefront was adorned with twinkling lights, and a wreath hung on the door, inviting passers-by to step inside. With a mixture of curiosity and hope, Andrew pushed open the door and entered the store. The scent of freshly cut pine and cinnamon filled the air, and the shelves were filled with an array of holiday decorations, from ornaments to wreaths to twinkling fairy lights. As he wandered through the store admiring the festive displays, his heart skipped a beat when he turned a corner and found himself face to face with the one person he had been longing to see, Marybeth. She was arranging ornaments on a Christmas tree, her eyes widening in surprise as she saw him. "Andrew?" Marybeth exclaimed, her smile lighting up the room. "Is that really you?" Andrew could hardly believe his eyes. It was her, the same Marybeth with her radiant smile and warm presence. They rushed into each other's arms, the joy of their reunion filling the store. As they caught up on the months they had spent apart, Marybeth explained that the coffee shop had closed due to unforeseen circumstances, and she had decided to pursue her passion for creating beautiful Christmas decorations. The pop-up store was her latest endeavor, and it had become a labor of love. Andrew admired her determination and talent, and he couldn't help but feel that fate had brought them back together in this festive setting. The Christmas decoration store seemed like the perfect backdrop for their reunion, a symbol of the magic of the season and the hope of new beginnings. In the days that followed, Andrew became a frequent visitor to the store, not just for the beautiful decorations, but also for the chance to spend time with Marybeth. Their connection deepened as they shared stories, dreams, and the joy of the holiday season. One evening, as they were admiring a beautifully decorated Christmas tree, Andrew took Marybeth's hand and looked into her eyes. "Marybeth," he began, his voice filled with sincerity, "I've missed you every day since the coffee shop closed. And now that I've found you again, I can't imagine ever letting you go." Marybeth's heart skipped a beat as she gazed into Andrew's eyes, her feelings mirroring his. "Andrew, I've missed you too," she admitted, her voice soft and filled with emotion. "I never stopped thinking about you." Under the warm glow of twinkling Christmas lights, Andrew and Marybeth leaned in, their lips meeting in a sweet and heartfelt kiss. It was a moment of pure magic, a testament to the power of love and the belief that even when life took unexpected turns, true love could find its way back. As the holiday season continued, Andrew and Marybeth's love story blossomed. They spent their days surrounded by the enchanting beauty of Christmas decorations, and their nights were filled with laughter, shared dreams, and the warmth of each other's arms. On Christmas Eve, as the town's Christmas lights illuminated the streets and carolers sang songs of joy, Andrew and Marybeth stood together beneath a mistletoe, their hearts full of love and hope for the future. As they shared a tender kiss beneath the mistletoe, they knew that their love story was just beginning.
Romance Weekly is a Calaroga Shark Media production, written and hosted by AI McIntyre, produced by Mark Francis. Executive producers Mark Francis and John McDermott.
Calaroga Shark Media.